Hey.
Tim Dillon's here.
Thanks for having me.
New special on Netflix.
Thank you very much.
A good buddy.
Yeah, it's there. We were in the top 10 for a week, which was good.
That's hard now.
It's hard to do. Love on the Spectrum got us. But RFK
That's Rick Glassman's special.
So enjoy it while you can.
Yeah.
Kidding. It's all going to work.
Yeah.
What was that? Adolescence? What was that thing?
Adolescence was big.
That was
about
huge.
a young kid who murdered his friend.
Yes.
Or a woman.
Which one's that?
About a young kid who killed a girl.
The British kid?
Oh.
Cute
I don't know
kid,
it.
too.
Everything on Netflix now is either the silliest thing ever or the darkest thing you've ever seen.
Right.
There's no in the middle.
Yeah.
It's either like
True.
these two people are dating, but they've only ever seen each other's eyes, or it's like an 8-year-old committed a mass murder. There's no in the middle ground.
It's let's eat cake, or
Right.
is this cake, or rape?
Right.
That's it. Is this rape?
Is this rape?
Have you guys done that show, Is It Cake? Is this
By the way, that's a show. You
That's
can
a
pitch
show.
your
Is this
show.
rape?
Is it rape?
It's hosted by Amber Heard.
Louis Gomez once years ago said we should do a show called Rape Dicks where we investigate open mic rape claims. And I said, I'm going to pass.
Woo.
I saw this movie. It's a wreck. If you've never seen, you know this British director Mike Leigh.
Of course.
Have you seen Naked?
I haven't seen, but he did. I think he did. If I'm thinking of the right, that guy, he did Secrets and Lies.
Yes.
He's brilliant.
Yeah, dude. It's dark.
That's the guy?
shit.
Oh, okay.
That's a congressman. It's a senator from Utah.
He pulled up an Asian man. No, it's dude. Literally opening scene rape, and you're like, all right, I guess he's the bad guy.
Wow.
And then there's another rape, and you're like, I'm confused. This is a lot. There's like 5 rapes in this movie,
Jesus.
but it's
His
fucking
stuff's dark.
It's good though.
Mike Leigh
It's
is dark.
thought provoking and crazy and good.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
He had one movie called Secrets and Lies. It was brilliant. And
I've
the
heard it.
whole plot of the movie is that a British working class woman finds out she has a daughter, and the daughter's black. So it's just a very interesting, because like today obviously wouldn't really be that, but it was
Yeah.
like such a thing.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, where it's like it was just a funny movie to on rewatch. It's funny.
Yeah.
You know, because that's the whole plot.
So
The whole
she's-
plot is like she had sex with a black guy and has a black daughter.
Wow.
And her family has to accept it. I mean, look at she's crying next to her.
So she's disappointed twice.
She's right.
Like, oh, I have a daughter. Oh!
No, she's crying. I mean, she's literally crying 'cause she's black. She's like, sweetheart, how did it happen?
We have come a long way.
yeah,
we
we
said, oh,
have.
we've come a
Forget
long
how
way.
long away we've come.
We've come a long way.
Yeah.
That
Wow.
was the film.
Now this looks like an ABC show. This looks like a new show.
That's Bob Loves Abishola.
This is Abbott Elementary, everybody. Oh, good times. All right, I got to check out this Naked.
It's good.
I'm
All
doing
right.
it.
It's shocking.
5 rate. That's more than a Hannah Gadsby special.
That's right.
It was crazy.
All right, I'm on. I'm in.
Yeah, dude. I saw you making the rounds. You're popping up everywhere.
I'm doing a lot. You got to do it now.
Yeah.
You got to do it. I mean, I'm on like CNN, Fox. I'm on all the things, and it's crazy.
How much did they actually air of you on CNN?
That was the guy. Saw that clip.
Yeah, because I
Yeah,
saw it too.
they haven't done it yet, but we
Okay.
sat there for an hour. We had a really great talk, and I think they'll air it. I hope they'll air it.
It's going to
And
be
the
like the
journalist
episode
is pushing for them to air the whole thing, either not on TV but on the line.
Yeah.
Put it
good for
online.
their YouTube, right?
Yeah, we had a good talk. It was a good talk.
But they have a narrative.
Yeah,
Both
I
sides
think
They
have a
all do.
narrative.
All of the cable.
Yeah.
all the
Both sides.
cable things do, but I get it. And because like you go on Fox, you're like, is cancel culture canceled?
Right.
And you're like, and then they'll be like, this guy's got a new special that woke losers will hate. And I'm like, but it's like me talking about my mother. Like, it's not like, I'm not like up there being like, the tariffs, you know,
Right.
like, but I get it. It's like, you know, it's just what it is. But it's,
Yeah.
you know, you got to make the round. And they're fun. And you see how much that media is dying because all these things are remote.
Is that
You
right?
just go into a room, they put a earpiece in you, and then Sean Hannity's in Florida.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, you know, all right, next, coming up is Tim Dillon. And then he goes, you do your thing with him. And then he goes, why are people offended at jokes? And I go, I don't know. It's privileged, I guess. They're coddled or,
Yeah.
you know, people with real problems, you know. And he goes, right. And then you'll go back and forth, quick. And then he's like, thank you so much. Well, we love you and good luck.
Yeah.
And then you do that and you're like, okay. And then some guy comes in and he like takes the thing off you. And then he's like, goodbye.
Wow.
And then you just walk out onto 6th Avenue.
It's over.
You're
And then,
like, okay.
then you do Theo Vaughn and it gets 8 million more views.
Right. So it's a weird, but then it's like weird because Hannity will, there's just people that watch that.
Sure.
So like old Long Island friends of mine are like texting me photos
Wow.
because that's their, He's their Theo Von.
Right.
Sean Hannity's there. You know what I mean?
Larry King.
They're Larry King, whatever.
Or Howard Stern or whatever.
So it's like it's just interesting what hits what people.
Yeah.
What people, and I just want people to watch the special, so I'll just do anything that'll get people to watch the special.
Well, Schultz fucked us because he did like Barry Weiss, then he did Megyn Kelly, then he did Shay Shay, then he did Rogan. Like he hit every. He wouldn't even do like Are You Garbage? He just did all the other.
Well, I'm doing Barry Weiss, but then I'll do Hamas. Like I'm gonna do both. Like I'll go right into the tunnel because frankly, I want to hear everybody. I want all viewers.
Some of your friends from Long Island are like, I liked you on Hamas.
They're like, I saw you on Hamas.
I love Hamas. Well, that's got to be a big tunnel there. Watch out.
Hey. That's what I said about my. I was doing some joke about my. I don't know, my stepmother or something. I said, drag her into the tunnel, make it bigger or something.
No,
she heard it. They hear it. They hear it. These people. They hear the things you say now.
Well, people send it to these. They go, hey, did you hear what this asshole said? And you're like, what are you doing? She doesn't watch TV.
Enjoy it calmly and privately.
Yes.
Well, I have friends I grew up with who listen to you, and they're like, Tim Dillon mentioned you. I'm like, oh, so I get like cred from you, you know?
Yeah, all the time.
Exactly. Yeah. I have that weird. Do you guys ever have that thing? Like, he'll send me a thing. He's like, Bill Burr mentioned you, and you're like, oh.
Right.
I'm always terrified it's going to be like, this guy's a hack. He
you
sucks.
Don't know
he's
what
annoying.
He's going to say.
So you kind of have to listen like with one eye closed.
Oh, we make edits on this podcast. We
yes.
It gets to a point with sometimes too much booze where like we start shit talking.
Of
we're like,
course.
let's cut it down.
You got to rein it in.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get it.
We had Bert on, and he got 7 whiskeys deep. He's like, this guy sucked. This guy.
Oh, I got texts from people who were like, my feelings are hurt. I'm like, hey,
Bert.
He's an alcoholic.
Me and Bert went for sushi for 3 hours. It's the best dinner ever.
He will shit talk all night. It's pretty great.
He's the best shit talker in the business. Best, most fun stories from like back in the day.
Yeah.
He's really,
he's on our pod. We're all hammered. He's yelling at Mark. He's like, catch up. I'm like, dude, you weigh 400 pounds more than us. We shouldn't be going drink for drink.
I don't even think it's that because he's not even that big anymore, but he's just trained his body.
Yes, exactly.
He's really trained, you know.
But we have sets that night. He's going to eat a steak and fall asleep.
He fell asleep at a steak. Segura's like, he's asleep at dinner.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, we're fucked up too, believe it or not. We're trying to keep up with him.
Yeah,
right.
It was, what a dinner. What a fun, just fun.
Yeah.
You know?
No, he has a great time.
He's a great time. He's a machine.
Yeah.
He's so much fun.
But that sushi dinner, there's no way he remembers that.
He loved it. He does remember it. It's weird.
All right.
We went to a place where you can't take out the phone. And that was on purpose. They will not allow the phones.
Right.
Would you ever get married, do you think?
I don't know. I've been thinking about it more. I think it's a...
you can do that now.
You can do it now. For now.
That's true.
But no, I'm kidding. I think it would have to make a lot of sense because New York's a state where it's a community property state. Mm-hmm. So you got to be deeply in love with someone, and you got to want that legal definition because it is half your property and half your money and half of all of it.
Well, you get the nup, you get the pre.
Yeah, but I will tell you, New York's tough.
Yeah,
Allie's tough.
Yeah.
Even with them.
Are you a New York resident right now?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I was last year. The year before that was California. 2 years ago was Texas. That was a good one.
You better figure that out. You might get sent to El Salvador.
Well, first of all, I will enjoy it. There's not one image from that prison that's disturbed me or made me feel like it isn't fun. No, I'm kidding.
They had margaritas.
Yeah, no, I think I'm a New York resident.
Cool.
All right.
Welcome back, man.
The numbers of days.
Holy shit. That's like Tim's spring break.
I mean, who's fearing that?
Zoom in. Let's get a little more. Zoom in.
Hare Krishna. Holy hell.
I mean, come on.
That doesn't look so bad.
We got the one with the tats is pretty good.
Pretty hot.
One to the left and right, not great.
Yeah.
By the way, you know where gay marriage is not legal? Ukraine.
Yeah.
And I think Greece just pulled back. Did you see this? They pulled back.
Well, I think
on
Greece
gay
got
kids.
too gay.
Oh.
I mean, I think Greece
very
went
gay.
so gay that they said we need to pull it back.
Yeah. Gays
I think
can't
there were
have kids.
guys just leaving their wives in the middle of dinner, getting gay married, and then coming back. So I think you need to find a healthy.
Right.
Well, even the gay icons, the Greek guys, right? Gay.
Yeah.
Very gay.
Oh yeah. Rome too.
Yeah.
I think it's a weird time we're in now because there's this big circle now called queer.
Yeah, which no one knows what that means.
No one knows what that means. Mm-hmm. And people don't like things that are undefined.
Yes.
Where they go, wait, so who's queer and what is this? And what do you want from me? And what do I got to call you? And how does this work? And are you suing me? And all that. And what happens is now you're lumped into this thing where you go, it's trans people, which is great, but then it's also non-binary people, and then you go, okay. And then you're like, but it's also people that identify as a million different genders. You go, okay. And then you go, it's also pansexuals and sapiosexuals and demisexuals. And you go, I don't know what any of that means. And you
I'm
start.
not sure you do either.
Yeah.
It's like the menu at a diner. You're like,
too
this is
much.
a lot.
Too much.
It's too much. And I think what's people are, it's going back. People are pulling back now and going like reevaluating some of these progressive, in my mind, good things like gay marriage and stuff like that. Because I think they're going, wait a minute, what is this new world that we don't really understand that we're being kind of led into?
Well, yeah, and I think you need the definitions. Like, just what is a woman? And people start going like, well,
it's crazy.
Just we gotta make this quicker.
Yeah, no one wants to come off as like ignorant or disrespectful, but it is getting. I'm a little confused. By
yeah,
some of it.
and
that's
you can
what-
get yelled
yeah.
at or fired or called.
Well, that's
a
the thing.
bigot.
If people said to me like 2010, everything's Glee, everything's fine, no one cares about anything.
Yeah.
And then if somebody came to me and said, well, how do we get this going the other way? How do we go slide back? I go, I don't know, take some drag queens, put them in a library, have them read to 8-year-olds. Like, that's the craziest
that just
thing.
got picked up on Netflix too.
Yeah, that's there.
the new show.
But the craziest thing is like you have that, and people are like, what is this?
Yeah.
Right.
We're nightclub. Drag is nightclub. We're nightclub people. I don't want kids at our shows. Why would we want kids at our shows,
No
right?
way.
So
some comics.
So this to me is like, again, it just, I think people start going like, hey, what's going on here? And then you get this backlash where they start going, all right, we're gonna start reevaluating everything.
Well, my thing is just don't gaslight me. If you're like, what's up with that? And they're like, whoa, you fucking bad. You're like, well, it wasn't here before. Now it's here. I'm asking where it came from, and now I'm a bad guy.
It just seems unnecessary to have a drag queen in a library. I feel like a library is unfun. I don't know anyone that wants to go to a library. If they called all three of us and go, you need to read the kids in the library, God, none of us would do it. We'd all go, we'd love to, but we got too much to do.
Yeah.
Also, a longshoreman is weird to read to
A
kids.
New York
Yeah,
library.
like anybody, right?
People get
right.
married at the New York Public Library. That's like a big thing here. Like,
Yeah.
you rent it out.
It's a pretty place.
It's a pretty place.
Well, I
But,
mean, so here's the one that I like. Can you bring up that one to the left with the horns? That one. I mean, this is the one.
What is going on?
I mean, this is the one where you go, wait a minute.
This is horrifying.
This is horrifying. I mean,
We've combined like two genres here.
is that Chapel Roan? What's going on?
yeah.
What happened?
But I mean, I might go back in the closet and just marry Schumer. And Dan Soder said the best thing. He goes, if you and Schumer, you fuse your power. And what you do is every coffee house you'd walk out of, it would just explode, and you just have the Heath Ledger smiles on. It's an unstoppable force.
Right.
But see, this is where people start going, what is happening?
Yeah.
So I think this is the issue, that we're commingling these worlds that shouldn't be around each other.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think it's necessarily bad. I don't think these people are all pedophiles. I think it's like, this is like a lot of do-gooder women going like, I want to show how tolerant I am. And even men, right?
Sure.
Going like, I'm taking my kid to the drag hour.
Right.
Because there's a lot of Park Slope dads being like, we're going to drag hour.
Yeah.
And then you go, okay, but maybe...
There's a lot of other options in New York. We got
there's
the
a-
Mets are playing, I think.
Hey,
There's a...
we can go to the Rockettes.
Right.
Or I was raised by a drag queen. My nanny was a burlesque dancer, big black guy, but it was only because he was cheap. My parents could afford it.
I mean, he did molest you, but he was also very affordable.
Sure,
Yes.
I learned a lot.
Sure.
But yeah, it wasn't like we're so progressive. It was just like, oh, this guy will do it.
Yeah.
Bring him in.
Yeah.
This is a different thing. This is like a statement.
Yeah, this is a statement, and I just don't think it's not ideal.
Yeah, it's strange.
It's strange.
And you should be able to say it's strange.
Yeah.
That's all. Now we're in a garage. All right. How the fuck did you get Kevin Spacey? We've been trying to get him on this show for 2 years.
Yo, maybe you shouldn't have been using his name as a punchline every episode.
Well,
his reps
we
did one
reached out.
episode of work.
man.
My agent,
Yeah.
Justin?
the great fat Justin,
Yeah.
told his manager, they're friends, and he said, would he do this? And he goes, yeah. And we called the manager, and we chatted about it, and we had to go back and forth on the script a lot because, like, we had
he
him
was busy
calling me a
reading the
pig and
kids at
stuff,
the
and they go,
library.
well, Frank feels like it's more
Frank.
elegant.
Yeah.
He doesn't like elegant.
Why'd
Wait a
you
minute,
go-
What's that? Who said that? A Predator?
Well, oh.
Predator, Kevin Spacey, Frank Underwood revival. Who's writing that? That's not
Oh,
nice.
God.
He was acquitted.
That's true. Oh.
This is why we can't have him on the show.
Well, here's the deal. I'm not saying everything he's done is ideal. Here's what I'm saying. The character...
Agree to disagree.
I'm saying the character Frank Underwood was Netflix's first hit show.
Iconic character.
First hit character. I didn't think it was just if he was roasting podcasters, making fun of it.
Yeah.
I think it's funny. We wanted someone to make fun of this idea that podcasters are they're so important and this and that and whatever.
Right.
And we're like, who would be better to do it than fucking Frank Underwood from House of Cards? And we started laughing, and we said, is there a way to get him? And we got him, and he was really professional and great.
Did you have to pay him a lot, or was he
We
just
didn't pay him a dollar.
Wow.
It was a passion project.
Just did it.
Oh, I love it.
And he's, he's like one of the greatest actors of all time.
Unbelievable talent.
He's unbelievable.
even his bad movies from. I remember like,
K-Pax.
dude, remember
Hey,
that movie?
Pax was like not terrible.
Dude, remember Swimming with Sharks? He was
Oh,
fucking amazing.
that's
in that movie.
great.
Guys kills on everything he does, and he came in, and he just was great. But
Did you rock the boat at all? Did you poke him at all off camera or no?
no, he was very like.
Flirty.
No, he was just very like. He's just one of these guys who like. He's an actor, and
Yeah.
in the sense that like you don't know what he's saying, you don't know if what he's saying is true. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Like I've met these guys like Joaquin Phoenix when they're so
Like
good.
I'm innocent.
Well, they don't exist.
Yeah.
Like Joaquin Phoenix doesn't exist. Kevin Spacey doesn't really exist.
Right. Yeah.
Frank Underwood exists.
Sure.
Kaiser Soze. He's not there.
Got it.
He's a vessel.
He's a vessel.
Yes.
So he could say anything he wants.
Well, I know someone who did a movie with him, and I was like, was he appropriate? And he goes, he kept trying to touch my dick, and then I asked him to stop, and he mostly stopped and was cool.
Wow.
It's a great promo. Because what it does is it roasts the whole way we have to promote things. It makes fun of comedy. And that's what we were going for.
Yeah. And I told you not to tell anybody that.
You've never been to a
I
movie?
mean,
All right.
Not with him.
But it was largely positive reaction and then a few very negative ones as well.
Well, you're going to get that with
And
anybody.
they get it.
Yeah, I mean, you went provocative, and I got sent it by a bunch of friends who just were like, this is funny.
It was
I thought
so
it was
good.
funny.
It was so
Yeah.
good.
We got
My
Brian
friend Chase,
Franchi,
who
who's
is-
a great writer,
yeah.
and we worked on this script. He works with Nikki, he works with me and a few people,
Sure.
and we brought him in, and we were just sitting in Los Angeles, the podcast studio, going like, we had a line that Spacey wouldn't read that I think it was, we ended up going with Daily Wire, the musical, which is a really funny one.
Funny.
But the original line that Franchi wrote was, I'm supposed to endorse Jews for a Ukrainian Gaza, which I thought was the best. It was a killer line that Brian wrote, and then he just wouldn't. He came in, he had a Ukraine thing on the wrist,
Oh.
and he's like, I just won't say that. I'm uncomfortable with that. And we were like, totally. And we're like, alts. We had alts.
Yeah,
We're like,
yeah.
How about this? How about that?
Right.
So we're like,
Damn.
Yeah, he had a few good alts.
So he's got standards. He's got scruples.
He has, he has certain things he's uncomfortable with saying and doing.
Got it. Okay. But it came out great. It was really funny, and everybody shared it.
It was a fun one. We thought about it. We didn't know what. It's weird now to film a pro, and that's not second nature to me. Like some guys are great at it. I wasn't, and I'm like, this might be a really funny idea, and we got him.
You're not like a promo whore.
I don't
it's a
know how
hard
to
thing
do it.
Well,
I don't know how to do it.
Well, it's one thing to go and talk on shows, but
Yeah.
to be like, come see my thing.
It's hard.
It's
Yeah,
hard.
it's hard for me to
It's
do.
outside of our. I remember I used to bark, and I was so fucking bad at it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You
Barking
know?
Bell.
Yeah. Barking that was never my skill set.
No.
I'd go like this. I tried like a few times, and then I think it was like, what was it, The Lantern back in the day?
Yeah, I did that one.
was
Yeah,
a
and then
rough
you
one.
try, and then people go, I don't want to come. And I'd go, yeah, all right.
Yeah.
I go, all right, I'm not going to.
But when you get people in, and there's like 4 people, you're like, hot show tonight, and then you go up, and they're like, what the fuck?
I used to live with a guy, by the way,
Right.
who was pretty good at it. And
I
you
remember.
watch him.
I remember.
He pretty good.
He was good.
It's kind of an art. He'd like
Yeah.
corner a couple. And,
Rarely a good comic, though.
I was
well,
gonna
it's
say.
not ideal, but
It's a
you know,
different thing.
Because you're lying.
Yeah.
You're comfortable
Yes.
he
where
was
comics tell the
good
truth.
at that angle of
Yeah.
it, where it was just kind of like, come here.
That's
It's one of those, like,
Yeah.
Right.
hello. you
That's
know?
hard for us. I did Last Comic Standing, and they're like, all right, you do those like interstitials, those confessional moments.
Yeah.
Like, tell us how you're going to kick everybody's ass. I'm like, honestly, I'm probably not going to make it through. I'm not a minority.
We were on Last Comic together
Were we?
years ago.
I don't
with
even-
Norm, Roseanne, and Keenan.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
We were on it. I was on it for 2 minutes. You were maybe on it longer. I was gone in the first
I was
thing.
on 2.5 minutes, I think.
But literally, here's the deal. I mean, I don't know. It's probably. I don't think. I don't think they have any footage of it, but it was like me and you were on this thing, and I remember like there was a moment during I just never looked worse in these Ice House photos. I hate this guy took these photos at the Ice House. I'm like, can you just get them off? These Ice House, and it's like it's a club I perform at once a year. I'm like, can you just get the photos?
It's a great club.
It's a great club. It's far from LA, right? So
sure.
So we were on Last Comic Scene, and I remember like there were people on it that were really, really good at like going like, all right, I'm gonna call my mom now, and then the camera would go up to this person, and then they would be like, Mom, I'm here, and then you're like, oh, this is crazy.
I know.
And me and you were just really and we looked at each other and we're like, we're just not comfortable with that.
No,
that's not what we're into.
They wanted drama. They wanted to be like, I'm living in a van. I've got divorced. My mom has cancer. I need to win this. But I didn't have that. I was like, it's good. I'm not going to do well.
The drama we would do is like poking people, but it wasn't just like, I'm a victim. And they want the I'm a victim.
They want the sob story.
Here's my sad story. But I was like, no, I have a pretty good life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just trying to write jokes. I want to be a comic.
Yeah,
I hate that's the enemy of that.
That's what I'm saying.
Dude, I remember doing AGT. I did all these fucking awful shows, and they were trying to get me to trash people on camera. I'm like, dude, I don't
want to do it.
You know, it's already stressful. There's a fat couple dancing Mambo number 5 next to me. There's like a talking bird. I'm like, I'm already losing my mind.
Yeah.
Don't make me like bury these people.
Yeah.
A little bit of Monica in my life.
Yeah. No, it was a weird thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, reality TV. That's kind of over now for comics. I think we've ruined
comics. It's over. But God, is it not for everyone else?
Right?
I mean, those.
What's the big one now?
Well, oh God, like Love Island shows like that. Like a billion hours of watch time.
I guess that is competition.
No, I don't. Yeah, like
was it The Mask? Is that still around?
The Circle is big.
Bachelor.
Love is Blind.
I don't even know what the Circle.
Masked Singers are dystopian hellscape.
It really is.
I mean, that's a scary thing.
Yeah,
that looks
really
like something you make fun of. It doesn't look like a real thing.
Yeah, you did. Is It Cake?
I did.
How was it?
They cut out every. I didn't know it was a kids show, so I'm like making like AIDS jokes and like pedo
How
jokes,
much of it
and
is
they're
actually
like,
cake? I should fire Justin right now for not getting us on Is It Cake.
Dude, it's the only thing.
Why are we not on Is It Cake?
The only thing of mine that my niece has ever seen. She was like, "Come on, Is It?" So it's like for your, it's for them.
Sure.
It's not, no, it's fucking ridiculous. I was on with Christina P, so thank God it wasn't.
Oh, that helps.
But she's like a real fan of the show, so she's like, that Mikey Day is incredible. Like he's an incredible host.
Look at you in the leather. Where'd you get a leather jacket?
I don't know.
This is crazy.
What am I doing?
He's selling Molly.
So wait a minute, you just look at it and then you have to see if it's cake
really hard.
It really is the worst.
It's a terrible show.
It's a terrible
But
show.
Mikey Day actually is like a great host. But
Sure.
But dude, you're looking across and you're like, dude, it's impossible. You're fucking 40 feet away. How the fuck could I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Oh, please don't play clips.
Please.
Of this.
Oh, here we go. Turn up the volume.
That looks like cake.
Yeah, this is tough.
That is hard, dude.
Also, you're up against this fattest lady ever, so she's
we're on the
gonna
same
know
team.
the cake. Oh, thank God. Okay.
We have to decide together.
Oh God, watch out for that guy in the
They
turban.
cut out a domestic abuse.
This woman knows every cake.
I definitely made a domestic abuse joke there.
Turns out she was cake at the end. They cut her open. She's chocolate. Okay.
That's a crazy lineup again. Like they just get a crazy lineup of guests. Makes no sense.
I just figure like say yes to that. I'm like, it's a story, if anything else. And then
Sure.
here's the story. It was bad.
That's the stuff Jay.
The story's like it was a bad show. Glad I spent
That's
6
so
hours there.
funny.
Yeah.
Is it cake?
Yeah.
What a nightmare.
Yeah.
You got a Netflix show. I mean, you're on TV.
Yeah, it's something
Yeah.
to do.
Something to do.
Half the time
Something
I'm like,
to do.
it's
It's
something
just a
to
fun
do.
thing.
I mean, shit. What is any
You
of this?
feed the beast.
Exactly.
You just got to do it.
Yeah, like I would do The View. If The View called me, I would do
Would
it.
you?
Yeah, it's The View. I
tried to get on The View.
There
They're
you
like,
go.
They're not doing that. I go,
Yeah.
all right.
They should have you. They had fucking.
I agree.
Who they have? Bill Burr.
They won't have me.
Damn.
I just, we tried.
How
we
great
tried.
would you be on The View?
What's your like bucket list show that you'd want to get on?
Well, I grew up listening to Stern, but that's tough because he only has mega famous people.
Yeah.
But like Stern would be cool because I grew up listening to him.
Yeah.
And then I think I've done a lot of them. I can't think of the ones outside of Stern that are like ones that I really grew up with that I
Yeah.
like that meant a lot to me.
And they don't have the like. Obviously, Larry King is dead, but like Stern isn't what it used to be. It's different now. It used to be horrors getting salami thrown at him and shit.
Yeah.
No Charlie Rose anymore. That would be kind of cool.
Charlie Rose would be cool.
Awesome.
I'd like.
He was
that would be cool. I grew up watching that. You know,
Or James Lipton.
Yeah.
the actors.
Yeah.
I know. We could.
Oh yeah, but I liked it.
He had Chappelle on.
But Chappelle acts.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. That's a good point.
I just took up a Joker 2 for an hour with James Lipton. Tell me about the process.
Were they mad at you for trashing that after?
I haven't heard about. I think it was so bad that no one cared. It's obvious. It was the
You
most.
have not heard from Todd.
No, but that's okay. Like I gotta be honest. Why would I lie?
Right.
Why would I lie? It's terrible. So I don't.
I haven't seen it.
That relationship has no value to me. It's not because I dislike him. It's because that has the value of my career is being honest and saying oh, this is what I think about this, not my relationship with him. So I mean, I would think he'd not care. There's other people saying it that have more weight than me.
Right.
Good point.
Yeah, I don't think it's like.
Do you think there's any truth that he intentionally made it horrible or hard to watch? There's no truth to that? He was trying to make a great film?
I don't get why anyone would make a bad movie on purpose.
I don't think he
it's
made
not
a bad
the
movie on
producers.
purpose.
You're not. No one. That's not real.
Exactly.
You know?
I think that they said to them,
Springtime
all
for
the
Joker?
incels and shit love the first one, and then it became this like, oh, what they do now is if they don't like something, but it's objectively good, they go, the audience is bad.
Yes.
This is the new tactic. They go, but the people who like it are bad. So instead of going, oh, this sucks, because they go, no, it doesn't suck, it's objectively good, they go, okay, but the audience is bad.
That's true.
So then they ran the other way, and they were like, all right, let's take this thing that people really liked and make it into this, like, let's add show tunes.
Right.
And then they made it this kind of silly thing that, like, I don't think was for anyone.
No one liked it.
It's weird because sometimes the critics they really get it wrong both ways, but like I feel like sometimes they're scared to trash certain I think there's a lot of movies that come out where they're just like it's like 97% on Rotten Tomatoes. I'm like, this is the worst piece of shit I've ever seen.
Oh yeah,
life, yeah.
Of course. Well, Rotten Tomatoes really lost the plot a long time ago, it was like my go-to, and then it was like audience score 99.
Audience score matters.
Of course,
Like a lot, like more to me at this point, you know.
But once you find out it's tainted, you're like, well, what are we doing here?
Yeah, I also feel like the days of the critic, like that, it's so.
Fuck critics.
Like I used to read all Ebert's reviews.
Me too.
I loved reading those. I thought he was a great writer. But like the days of I'll destroy you in my column are fucking dead. You know.
Yeah, I just don't think people care.
Yeah.
I
like
think
what you like.
You know, I think people
Great
vote
show.
with their pocketbooks now, where it's like, if they are spending money, they like you. You know? And if they're not spending money, they don't know about you or they're not into it or whatever. So, you know, I don't think one guy makes that much of a difference.
I just did that Ari storytelling show.
Yeah.
Your Mom's House produced it.
Right.
It was big budget, real cameras,
Right.
grips, and all this shit. And I was like, wow, I was impressed. I go, what are you going to sell this to Netflix? He goes, no, I'm going to do pay-per-view. Why would I do Netflix? They're going to lowball me. You know, they're not going to promote it. He's like, I got all these giant comics on. We'll all share it, tweet about it.
Right.
We'll make a ton of money on pay-per-view. I mean,
Right.
the star power on this show,
Yeah,
he's
it's
like,
crazy.
I'm not going to just give this away.
Yeah.
And I'm like, good for you. Fuck them.
Yeah.
That feels like the new way to do it.
That's right.
But we're both.
But I stand with Netflix.
Yeah.
I completely agree with you, but I just want to say that we're also just grateful to Netflix and Ted Sarandos and the Greek people in general. I don't care what they ban. We're thankful for democracy, for the Greeks, for Ted Sarandos, for Netflix, for all the people that work there, that other woman.
Yeah,
All of them, that other woman. I think it's all important.
Here.
Here.
But we don't have to get into it. But yeah, like Hulu tried.
Yes.
They tried to throw the hat in the ring, but I feel like Netflix is just so big.
The problem with, number one, Netflix is really smart in the sense that they're a digitally native app on every smart TV in the world. Like, you go to any hotel, it's so easy to log in.
Yeah.
Use your phone, not a big deal. You get in, you watch. The user experience is better. Like, it's a tech platform.
Right,
it's just
right.
better.
It is.
It is just better.
Interface is almost like a kid could use it.
It's easy, and you're like, okay. Now do they make the best content always? No. In fact, a lot of the original content there that is made could be a lot better. You know, they've had big hits, Stranger Things, House of Cards, Wednesday, you know. But a lot of the things that have been hits like Ozark, they've bought.
Oh, I thought they made Ozark.
No,
Also,
Bateman and at a production company, they made a full season. There was a bidding war between HBO, Netflix, and I forget the third person.
How about that?
How about Mindhunter, though? That was they discontinued that. I thought that was great.
That was a great show.
Yeah, it was good. You know, I mean, just a lot. Some of it doesn't hit. Some of it, maybe they don't give. Maybe it's a lot of it is so numbers based over there that I think sometimes they might not give something a chance to go.
Yeah,
it's so data oriented.
That is
so bad
so
for entertainment.
Bad for art.
Yeah.
Yes, but also good for art and great, and I'm grateful for it. No, but it is. No, but at the end of the day, it's like I think part of the issue now is like there's so much data that you get in real time that a lot of people go, well, you know, now look at shows like Severance that are making huge. They've been out for a long time. Now they're getting super popular. So I think that like you got to get people rediscovering shows now. Now you're up against, if you put a show out now, you're up against every show ever made. There's people that haven't seen The Sopranos, literally.
That's true.
There's people that haven't seen any of these shows, right? There's people that are watching old episodes of ER because they like to show The Pit and they want to find out what it like.
Right.
So now it's just this crazy catalog and library of everything ever made that people are watching.
And the algo is so different now. Like Val Kilmer died and Heat went to #1.
Right.
Heat went to because he's in it. It's
right.
so weird to like. That's how you got your Heat to be #1.
That's right.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
It's a weird time for entertainment.
You are against everything ever made.
You're up against so many things.
I mean, think about even on the road now when you're like, who else is in town?
Yeah.
Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
You know, you're in Vegas. You're like, yeah, I'm against fucking everyone. I'm against the sphere.
Yeah.
Dude, I used to bomb it at Funny Bone. They were like, the Strawberry Fest is in town. Like, they would throw everything at me. The Ice Capades are in town.
The lacrosse team has a game. You're like, I can't beat the lacrosse team.
Exactly. Yeah. I heard it all.
Yeah.
Muppets on Ice, whatever.
Yeah.
No, it's a lot.
Yeah. That's
Too much out there now.
I know. And my fucking agent keeps putting me in these big rooms in these tiny towns. I'm like, put me in a small room. Let me sell maybe in 2. Don't throw me in the fucking auditorium in Asheville, North Carolina. Throw me in the orange peel.
I get a lot of like they'll like I'll be like there's like also you got to keep track of like there's been like flooding and stuff.
Yes.
Like you got to watch out for like
fires.
Am I like heartlessly marketing something in an area where people's lives are completely ruined?
That's a good point.
You know
A recession, flooding, someone's family's underwater, and you're
I'm like,
just come to the show. Just swim here.
You know about
come
the
on.
devastation of the tornado. I'm like, what? I'm there Friday.
Right,
what do you mean? I don't care.
Before it was like Taylor Swift's in town. Now it's like, we had a school shooting yesterday.
Yeah.
Like, fuck.
That's right.
That
was fun. People.
What's this?
Well, I stood in front of someone's house that burned down, took a nice photo. That's a fun bit.
I like that he does the cool guy pose to this shit.
Yeah, of course. Well, it's LA. You got to be,
You got to be hip.
You got to be hip, and people people get it. Go through a few of those. There's some good photos there of how bad it is there. It'll never be the same. It's completely dead and over, and it's sad, but you'll never have.
You think LA is not coming back?
No, I don't know about LA, but look at Malibu, dude. I mean, look at this.
It's awful, yeah.
I mean,
That's
dude,
crazy.
You're years and years away from that ever looking anything like it did.
Yeah.
And that whole stretch of the PCH, it's really fucking sad. The amount of toxic shit floating in the water and the amount, it's just really unfortunate and bad.
There was a clip that went viral of Rogan, and he was just like, he's going on about this. It's right when all the fires happened. He was like, it's going to be like, there's going to be a fire, and no one's going to be able to contain it. And he's going on for like a minute, and it's going to wipe out the whole city. And then it just cuts to my face. I'm like, wow. And it just went viral.
Hilarious.
It's like, Jesus.
Don't you hate that?
And then you put the dates on the end of that. Tulsa.
Come see me in Asheville.
Wow.
Oh, shit.
I mean, there's still cars there. It's so crazy that
awful.
Unreal.
it's awful. LA will be fine, but this is a tough thing.
Yeah. Well, luckily they'll get all their money and insurance back.
You'll get some.
That'll save them.
Do you like being in New York right now?
Yeah, I love LA too, though. I like them both. You know, I like New York as a place when you're touring. I like spending the summer here, but I also like when you're touring, it's really great to tour from here. It's very hard to tour from LA.
You lose 3 hours.
But I do like LA a lot. I love the Comedy Store. I love the Improv. Like I like the lifestyle, like the weather. It's all good.
Dude, California's amazing.
It's a great place.
It gets so much.
I'm about to do a run there, and I'm like, I'm pumped for a West Coast.
It's
just
great.
Yeah, it's
riding
great.
up the West Coast.
I just
Dude, it's
did
great.
Napa, and I drove to Santa Barbara.
The best.
The drive was unbelievable.
Stunning.
It's like you feel like you're in
we
Hawaii.
talked the whole drive.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, stunning. The mountains,
but
it's lush.
it's down bad.
Yeah.
Say. I mean,
Well, the
it's tough.
COVID, the strike, and the fire. You had a big 3-punch.
But I think it's in a good position to come up, because if you look at the real estate prices in Florida and Texas, they're going down, and New York and Cali are steady.
Ooh.
And they're going up a little bit because people tried Florida and Texas, and they went, oh, we get it. Or a lot of foreign money is now going, yeah, we're not investing in these cities. Like, there was clearly a pandemic frenzy to go to places like Austin and Miami.
Overreaction,
overcorrection.
Yeah.
And now people are going, okay, people are going, they're leaving.
They're going to a real city.
They're leaving because, number one, the rents have skyrocketed. So younger people are going, all right, I'm not going to do this.
Right.
Yeah.
And then a lot of people, there's other costs, right? You move to Texas, you go, I saved all this money on income tax. Well, your property tax is really high. Oh, so you're paying a lot of property tax. Now there's traffic. Now there's homeless. Now there's things that you're creating the same conditions from the place that you left in a smaller place. Austin's much smaller.
Oh,
LA
yeah.
is huge. So, like, are there problems are there nightmare areas? Yeah.
Of
But
course.
then there's also areas that are not.
Sure.
So I think and Florida's like all fun and games until you realize every restaurant closes at 8 p.m. and everyone's 100.
And there's a hurricane on the way.
And there's a hurricane. And then everyone goes, and I love Florida, but you got to really pick your spots.
Oh, yeah.
You got to really pick your spots.
There's something special about Florida for comedy,
I love
though.
Florida.
They just
It's amazing.
I think I'm going to shoot my next special in Tampa just because they don't groan at anything.
No.
Kinda
No.
it's a good comedy.
You
city.
could take
Great
someone
town.
from Tampa on the stage and kill them in front of the audience, and the audience would enjoy it.
They would love it.
They would not care. But then you're like, I love Tampa, and then it's like great. But then you're eating dinner in a restaurant called like Krabby Bill's, and it looks like a pirate ship, and you're going, could I do? Am I going to live?
This
like,
is the
this
best they
what I'm
have?
doing
Right,
now?
right.
Am I doing this?
Yeah.
That's the problem.
That's
and
a
then the
good point.
waitress comes over, and she's got like prison tats on her neck. And you go, is this why I work hard to be part of this?
And then they go, there's celebrities in this town. You go, oh, who? They go, Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, right.
Carol Baskin.
Chris Jericho. It's all wrestlers.
It's all
It's just all.
Yeah, it's wrestlers and then people from documentaries that have been accused of murder.
Yeah. And Scientology.
Right.
In Clearwater.
But it's great. You get in that Gulf, that water.
Oh,
it's amazing.
beautiful.
Side Splitters, one of the greatest clubs in the world.
Great, great
To me,
club.
I feel Side Splitters it's one of those clubs I think about. That to me is comedy. Driving into that strip mall during a monsoon and then just like sneaking around the building and going in the back and then having this amazing set and then having your opener go to Chili's and get you a triple dipper and then bring it back.
Yeah.
That to me is what it is.
It's one of the only. It's a great club. It's one of the only clubs the audience offends me.
Right.
Like, they'll say stuff to me, and I'm like, "Geez, you gotta.
You're
let this
canceled.
guy." Yeah. But yeah, it's fun. They love life down there. Like you see the
love
audience,
life.
and it's a woman with two guys next to her, and you're like, "Well, what's going on here?" And they're like, "We're all fucking." And you're like, "Oh, all right, that's
Yeah.
very Florida."
No, they have orgies down there, but it's anyone can kind of get involved. Like
Yes.
it's like retired doctors and like hookers, and then also like people that work at this local steakhouse. Like it's like Epstein's Island for mongoloids, just total monsters, and there's something beautiful about
But
it.
instead of 14-year-olds, it's like 68-year-old
It's-
women
they're-
with fake tits and
They're
bad
71,
fans. Yeah.
Yeah, leather skin, but they're still.
but it's a
look all
great
right.
place. There's no better place to give up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That is the place.
And then Key West is like the jizz puddle that
Yes.
Florida shot out because they're even more detached.
Yeah, they're out of
Man.
it. Yeah.
Oh, it's fun, man. It's just dark. There's a darkness there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's adult
It's like
sandbox.
people that are trying to get away from stuff.
yeah.
People that have run away from stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
I always say it's like New Orleans fucked a Red Lobster because they got
Yeah.
wild drinking, but they're also like beachy and fun.
They're fun people. Sunburned,
Yes.
a nice
yes.
red burn.
Yeah, and they've seen it all. They're all like, you talk to a cop and you can't.
Yeah.
That's how the people are. They
Yeah. They're awesome.
They're all molested or molested.
And they're friendly. You'll go to a CVS and you'll ask, you'll be on the phone talking to somebody. They'll overhear you and give you a recommendation. They'll go, actually, what you should do.
Yes.
And you're like, oh, you guys are so friendly here. And in New York, you can literally look at a cashier at a CVS and directly ask them a question. They will turn away. They'll go, do you have headphones? I go, And you're like, all right, well. So there's a friendliness there because people just live.
Yeah, there's no boundaries there.
I kind of like the rudeness of New Yorkers. I was walking with Attell the other day, and we just walked into a CVS, and a woman was taking forever, so we just walked in front of her, and she goes, "Oh, fuck you two."
Yeah.
And I was like, we just laughed. Like, it's kind of fun.
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing in LA. I've just people are very like passive aggressive.
Yeah.
And they insult you in kind of a different way. And it's just like, instead, no one will ever say "fuck you" in LA.
No.
They'll never hear that in LA, but it'll just be some version of that.
It's a version of "fuck you." Like you bring your girlfriend or your wife to a show, and the comics like, "Hey, what's up?" And you're like, "This is my wife," and they're like, "So you working on that screenplay?" Like they don't even acknowledge her because she's not in the business.
Right?
They can't get anything
or they'll
from
go
her.
like this. They drop the word "doing." They drop an octave. Like they go like this. Ready? They go, "How are you doing?" Like it's a way to just say like, "How are you doing?" Like, are you?
I'm worried about you.
How are you doing?
Yeah.
How are you?
Interesting.
How are you doing? You okay?
Yeah.
You okay?
It keeps getting worse.
It's like so.
You gonna kill yourself?
It's so patronizing.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You hear that,
know?
Whitney?
Yeah.
I'm asking you that.
How are you doing?
Yeah, she said she's moving to Texas, but I don't believe it.
Is she?
I think that moving to Texas is over.
Really?
This is I could.
You
be
putting your foot down was, I think, a big part of that, probably.
No, it wasn't. Well, maybe it was.
think
But
so.
I just think it would. Listen, here's the deal.
One person being like no is helpful.
I think it's. Listen, at the end of the day, let's. Joe is the best. The club is the best. I love Shane. I love Tony. I love everyone. Here's the problem.
Unknown caller.
The city of Austin, Texas. Let's be very honest, is dangerous. The homeless there are more aggressive than I've ever seen them in New York.
Yeah.
There's pockets of it that really do look San Fran-like.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Yeah.
Like as a metropolis, it's
And
bad.
it's pretty
brown.
small.
It's small. It's brown. There's no grass. It's not green. It turns brown. For 4 months out of the year, it's over 100 degrees. The lake is vomit colored, and there are brain-eating amoebas that can swim up your nose and kill you within 48 hours. It's rare, but it happens.
In
Wow.
Austin, Texas.
Yeah, in all the hot lake states, when you get in the lake and go, ooh, this is nice and hot, instead of a glacial lake.
Wow.
Eat
the brain.
Listen, as a city, it's just you cannot compare it, sorry, to New York or Los Angeles. Can't be
Nice to
compared.
hear that.
Can't be compared.
nice to hear.
I mean, that's not news to anyone, right? I mean, no one.
Not to us.
Don't say that in the green room of the mothership.
Yeah.
They'll stab you.
Well,
I feel like people
I've
were
said
moving
it.
there in Biden's America. They moved there in Biden. Now it's Trump's America, and all of America is kind of like Austin.
I think the politics of New York and LA are insane. I don't agree with any of the people that run anything. I'm just talking about the city.
Right.
I think that I don't.
The lifestyle.
I don't.
culture.
I would love if they elected a Republican governor in California. I'd love it. I'm just talking about. Let's be very honest about the actual city.
Mm-hmm.
Suburbs are nice. The people are cool. I love Texas. I love Dallas.
Yeah.
I like Houston.
Yeah.
I like San Antonio better. Like the
Interesting.
actual city of Austin is 4 blocks, and one of them is just 20-person brawls, like melees, that are broken up by horses. Like, and so I don't even know what we're talking about.
I don't. Yeah. It's
I'm
fun to
just-
visit.
Yeah.
Pop in for the weekend.
Yeah.
Pop out. Yeah, I agree. But also, all these towns you go to, they have to tell you how great it is, which is like a person who posts their wedding photo every
Exactly.
day,
Yeah.
and you're like, you guys are going to break up.
Great thing about New York, everyone shits on it. If you go, New York sucks. You go,
Yes.
even the people that love it go, you have no idea.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, you have no idea how much it sucks. I'll tell you why it sucks. And we own.
That's because we love it.
Because we love it.
Exactly. And you
My wife's a fucking whore. You ever gonna leave her? Of course not.
Right.
Exactly. I love
Yeah.
whores.
Right. That's the,
But you don't have to blow New York every day because it's already great. And look, it's got its problems too.
No, but
Don't get me wrong.
the part of living here is being in a constant state of irritation because minute to minute there's more frustration in New York. There's more stimulation. You're going to get bumped by a crazy person more often. There's more people on each block. There's less space. You're navigating. You're going to be more frustrated here, but at the end of the day, you're still like, good place to live.
Part of the thing
Yeah.
with Austin too is
Yeah.
it's the worst of the right and the worst of the left. Like everyone's either like a Proud Boy who's like ready to get in a brawl, or it's like a non-binary blue hair dreadlock gremlin.
They push each other
guitar.
to further
You're like,
length.
what is it? You go, is there any normal human? Is there like
Right.
a person? The only normal
Right.
people are like college kids or tourists.
That's a good point.
Interesting. Yeah. No, I think they they push each other so much that they end up like circling around and becoming the same thing.
Yeah,
you know?
it's just like a weird. It's
the problem with New York and LA, they're so different. Like New York is like a family that's constantly yelling at each other and like, shut the fuck up. And you're like, Jesus Christ, my family's dysfunctional. Then you go to LA and no one talks. That's like a family who never speaks. And you're like, so which one is better? That's why it's good. You do both.
Yeah.
You go back and forth.
Because in LA, it is lonely and weird.
Yes.
Soulless and vapid and strange and cold and isolating. And, it really is a hard place. And, there's a weird seductiveness to it because like it is pretty and it smells nice. It's got honeysuckle and jasmine. It's weird. And it's like weirdly mysterious. And you keep thinking it's going to get better and it never does. But you keep having this vision of the life you'd like to live there if you had the right friends or were in a good relationship or if you had all the things that like, I'm like, well, if I had a Mar type show and I had 10 writers and we all went in and hung out every day, it's never like that.
Yeah.
The perfect version of that
It could be like that for you at some point.
Well, who knows?
Could be, but it never happens.
It never happens. And then you're always like on a canyon alone thinking of killing yourself. And then you got to come back here and have like a bowl of pasta.
And there's a community. I think there's more community in the comedy New York scene.
Well, there's more hanging out, too.
That's what
There's
I mean.
also like, there's young comics, there's older in LA, it's very, which I kind of like about LA a little bit, is like, it's just very, you go, you do your work, and you leave. There's something nice about that.
That's true.
Because New York, as you get older, the hanging out all the time, it does get a
You
little
don't have
crazy.
to hang out.
No,
you
you
could
don't.
just go in
But you
and
can.
leave.
But you can.
But the culture of it is,
But
I
LA,
get
there's
it.
something nice about you're in your car and you do a bit and you get in your car and then you're alone and that loneliness can actually add to like what you're doing.
Oh, yeah.
You go, no one's in my head except me.
Right.
And I think some of those things can be good.
But you're also like a guy who I feel like your mind doesn't shut off and you're very in your head. So that might actually be a bonus for you to just be like, okay, like ideas, jokes, shit like that, you know?
So, sometimes it's good to just take a walk around like an area and just like, but then you also got to realize the holidays are so bad there because there's no soulful.
Ooh, yeah.
There's nothing there nothing's real there.
Hey, folks, ready to make some money during basketball playoffs? Cash in with Prize Picks. Don't miss your last chance to add your favorite players from the court to your Prize Picks lineup. Whether it's points, rebounds, or assists, take your pick of more or less for your shot to win up to 2,000 times your cash today.
I mean, hey, Brunson's getting over 30. I'll tell you that. It's the playoffs, baby.
Look at that. We're going to the game tonight, so we got some moolah on it. Big win. We need it. You could even turn your playoff hot takes into tickets to basketball's championship series, starting with the play-in round. Every lineup you make on Prize Picks enters you into the sweepstakes to win VIP ticket or trip for you and a friend. Wow. Download the app today and use code DRUNKS to get 50% or $50 instantly off your first $5 lineup. That's DRUNKS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, run your game. Yeah,
I got all the stuff that I just said bad about Austin, and I'll continue to. There is more of a soul in Texas than there is in California.
That's true.
California is soul. Texas has a soul, and California doesn't have a soul. And no offense to anyone who lives there, but you don't have a soul. Not everyone needs a soul. There's actually nothing wrong with not having a soul.
Yeah. I would say L.A. has no soul. I think other parts of California have some soul. I think San Fran in the 90s had a lot of soul. I think you go to San Diego that feels like, San Diego has like some family value shit going on.
Just off. There's something off. Where
every film noir takes place in L.A.
Yeah,
it's about disappointment and broken people and and some hot dame fucking you over.
Exactly.
The Mexicans have souls.
There you go.
Let's just say that the Mexicans have souls.
Coco.
The Mexicans have souls.
Yes.
Sounds like a Christmas album. I'm releasing with Tucker Carlson. A Tim and Tucker Christmas. The Mexicans have souls.
But the problem is they'll be leaving soon. So there goes the soul, folks. So long. Look at those elves.
Tim, how is your life different when you're like?
What's that movie? Oh, what's the Human Centipede. Sorry.
What's your routine different, like day to day in LA to New York?
I mean, I just walk around more here and get you go to coffee with people and kind of like see people and you just like you see people and you just talk more with people. And LA is just kind of like you got to make plans with people because everyone lives far away. So you got to go, all right, I'll do this with you on this day. And then that's the whole day. And then, but what I loved is like when Malibu wasn't fucked, you'd swim in the ocean, you'd take a walk on the beach, you'd go back, you'd do spots, you'd sleep really well, you'd get up the next day. It was like a good...
You felt healthier?
You felt, well, I don't know about healthier, but you feel like you're in an area where you can
quality of life.
Quality of life. You could do some cool stuff. Like New York comics come in, you go, we'll go to the beach, we'll go get sushi, and we'll do a bunch of spots, and it's a full day.
That's nice.
It's a nice day, but now that we don't have that because Malibu's on fire, it's harder.
Yeah.
And it's harder. It's kind of shitty, but New York is more spontaneous. You just walk around and, get into shit.
Now, this is a dumb, news style question, but do you think LA is going to be hit with these fires? The regulations might slow down. Maybe they'll take a hint and change a little? Because, you can't do anything there. The rules are out of control. The regulations. Bill Maher's trying to build a pool for 30 years.
I think they
Are they going to rewrite the ship and save L.A., or is it fucked to hell and back?
I mean, I'll just say this. Every time something happens, people go, this is the thing.
Right.
And then it's never really the thing. So I don't know if... The reason LA is able to run is because you have like this economy in Northern California that's like $8 trillion because it's all the big tech companies. And they kind of run it off that. Like the way that California is able to run, they run it off this really consolidated, huge bundle of money.
But what if they leave?
Northern California. They're not going to leave.
All right.
Because they got to recruit out of Stanford. That's one of the reasons Austin didn't work. You can't recruit out of Rice University in Houston. Do it a little bit.
Yeah.
You need Stanford.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's like people talk about, is this thing going to be the new Hollywood? You go, no, Hollywood's dead forever.
Right.
But Hollywood, you can't just make a thing what you want it to be in a week. You can't just go, Miami's the new Wall Street. You just can't do that.
No.
You know what I mean? It just doesn't work like that. Areas have cultures that develop for very long periods of time.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of reasons that, like, for example, people go, why is Palm Springs a thing? You go, well, it was 99 miles away from Paramount. And there was a clause in everybody's contract that while we're editing the movie, you can't be more than 200 miles away.
Whoa.
So everybody drove 99 miles and found this beautiful desert and said, we're going to make it a hot place.
I didn't know that.
There's a reason that nothing's an accident.
Yeah.
Everything's developed in a certain way where you go, oh, well, we'll just move all the tech things somewhere else. You go, yeah, but the literal Ivy League school that has the biggest, all of these tech guys are coming out of is Stanford.
Right.
I didn't know that.
You can't, that's one of the reasons that Stanford, and the Bay Area is the Bay Area, right? Like it's not just an act, so I think that like that's the difficulty about, I
completely agree. You can't take Hollywood and go, it's going to be in Houston now.
Right.
That's never going to work. But I do think you can start a new thing that could become like Edison, New Jersey is where movies started. Thomas Edison with the film reel.
Yes.
He had all these rules. Everybody said, fuck this. Let's go to California. There's more daylight. There's cheap land.
Right.
And then they started Hollywood, and that's how Hollywood started. All these Jews, writers, all that shit got together. Edison is dead. Now it's all Indian.
Well, also, how many movies are being filmed?
Wait, hold on.
Wait, what was that?
Yeah, I followed that right up till the end. You said it's all India?
Indians.
Oh, Indians.
Edison is now Indian.
Oh, it's Indians.
Yeah.
I thought you meant they run Hollywood.
I didn't know what.
No, Jews run
Indians
Hollywood.
had taken over Hollywood. I go,
No,
wait, what happened?
no. The
Wait
Jews.
a second. Have you seen The Searchers?
Indians have taken over Edison.
But
It's the funniest racism to be like, these fucking Indians in Hollywood, I can't get anywhere with these dotheads.
They took the cabs and the bodegas. I'll give them that. But not an Edison. But
Right.
Hollywood.
No,
was
but
Jewish.
how many movies can afford to shoot in California now?
None.
Right?
They made a big
None.
mistake.
That's a big problem.
They destroyed their whole
It's hard to
state.
shoot a movie in New York too. I mean, we
Yeah.
know how expensive it is.
They go to
So
Toronto,
stupid.
Atlanta, New Orleans,
Hoboken.
but
They
Hoboken.
never should have let any productions leave, because that, to me, once you let them all leave and people go, oh shit, we don't have to live here, then fucking who's going to live there.
Right.
They literally said, I think Ben Affleck just came out on a rant and said it's cheaper to ship the crew to Ireland and shoot there than to go across the Radford line.
Well, look how they did The Brutalist. They shot it all in Europe.
Yeah.
Oh, really? I
Yeah,
didn't
none
know
of that was in
So
America.
LA just becomes a vassal state of China. They're buying all the big real estate now, truly.
Yeah.
75% of people buying high-end real estate in Los Angeles are Chinese nationals. So if you're selling a property over $10 million, at least 50% of them right now are being bought by foreign money and heavily Chinese.
Well, that's a wrap.
Couple of Saudis, couple of this, couple of that, but it's no longer a play. The head of the studio isn't living there anymore. It's the Chinese amusement.
Where are they living now?
they're, they maybe are splitting time. They're, some of them, a lot of them are still there, but they've downsized there. Some of them, have gone somewhere else,
Yeah.
I heard it's all Indian.
No, it's a lot of Indians.
Yeah. God, this is wild.
There's not enough American money to just like New York. There's not enough American money to run these cities.
Really?
Yeah,
That's terrifying.
No, they're global. You take farm money out of the city, the real estate values will crash 40%.
Wow.
Yeah, 50% easily.
How did we do it before in like the 50s?
Well, in the 50s, you weren't, number one, you didn't have $200 million apartments.
And also, people could afford homes back then. You
People
could have a
could afford
regular
homes.
job.
And-
Maybe we should go back to that.
Look at CEO pay. It wasn't like a million times what a worker made.
Yeah.
Like there was more of a value. But now you have, and also in the 50s, all the countries, they didn't have billionaires in those countries, right? Like you didn't have, like now you have India's coming up. China's there.
Oh, yeah.
Russia has tons of wealth. Brazil, all these emerging market, whatever. Forget the Middle East, right? I mean, Dubai, Qatar, all these places. They all have the money now to come in here and buy tons and tons of real estate. And without them, the average condo price in Manhattan, I think, is $2.3 million, which is way higher than it should be. Mm-hmm. Without foreign money, that falls to probably about $1 million, which is still a lot of fucking money.
But isn't that good? Then we can pay less.
Listen, it is good in certain ways.
No one has a house anymore.
No, I agree with you. And I think it might be good, but if you're invested, if you're 401k, it will not be good for that because if
you have a place, it ain't good.
All of your investments, even if you're a teacher, are tied into these big companies like BlackRock. And that's why this is why they do it like this, so they get everybody integrated. So they go, sure, you want to fucking do this? We'll pull the plug and everybody loses, right? All your 401ks are indexed to these stocks. These stocks are based on what do you think all these private equity companies are doing, right?
Yeah.
So if these companies tumble because the prices of things tumble, I mean, it becomes a problem.
Yikes.
So it's a big scam.
Yeah.
But I think if you unwind it now, it could be ugly.
Right.
Interesting.
It's bad, but undone, it could be worse.
It might be. Well,
It's a big club, and you ain't in it.
Yeah.
George Carlin.
or we're all in it. That's really that's actually the worst thing.
Yeah.
We're all to some degree in it.
Oh, it's so funny what people get offended by, and then we're living in this hellscape of like Chinese money.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Well, I got to ask you this because
Yeah.
Chrissy told this story about Emma Stone and you on the podcast.
Yeah.
Does she hate you?
I don't know if she hates me, but she didn't like me because of like an incident in like a sushi place in Sushi Park. No, it's not. You're not going to find it.
Man, you got an itchy trigger finger.
But no, she didn't like whatever. Like she was in a sushi place that we both liked going to, and there was like we didn't know whose table it was or whatever, and she didn't like. There's a couple of looks being thrown and comments. It's okay.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I heard Bill Burr. Somebody goes, "You want to meet Obama?" He goes, "No, I don't want to meet Obama." And they're like, "You don't like Obama?" He's like, "No, I just want to be able to make fun of him.
Right.
If I meet him, I can't shit on him."
I didn't want to go to the inauguration because I want to be able to say whatever I want.
Exactly.
And if I go and I feel weird about saying it, maybe.
That makes sense.
I think that's the move as a comedian.
Yeah.
What are there any people who have reached out who you trash on your podcast where you're like, I feel a little bad I shit on them or
No.
Some people like it.
Yeah.
No one reaches out, and they're usually it's big figures that are not like people like Meghan Markle don't care. That's why she succeeds. She doesn't care. She knows. She leans in.
Yes.
And that's why it works.
Yes.
Is it work? I guess she's just failing upward. I feel like everything she does seems like it doesn't work.
Right now, I think part of it is just being famous, whether you're liked or hated.
Right.
I don't know if it matters if people like you or hate you.
That's
it's like,
true.
Obviously, you don't want to be hated, I guess. Some people don't want to, but I don't think she really cares. She doesn't seem to care.
Yeah, my neighbors in Brooklyn are British, and they're like, we fucking hate Meghan Markle. She ruined the royal family. We hate her show, too. We just finished it.
Right.
So, like, they watch the show because they hate her.
No, you got to hate watch the
Remember
show.
the Stern thing?
Yes, yes.
How long do you listen?
Yeah.
The person who likes you?
They listen more.
The people who don't like you listen more.
So I think that's the move,
Yikes. And Meghan Markle's not gonna. She doesn't know what a podcast
She doesn't
is.
care. Somebody showed her a clip of me probably, and she goes, who cares? This fucking fat idiots. I just scammed the prince.
Exactly.
I just conned the royal family. What do I care what they say?
I wonder what that behind closed doors is like.
Oh, it can't be pretty.
She knew what she was doing, I
Yeah.
think, and I think it was actually smart. She was like, "Fuck this." She goes, "Fuck this."
Well, she knew didn't he court her? He saw her on TV and was like, "I want her."
I guess.
No, there's no way. I mean,
That's what I heard, but I think she did the back work.
By the way, that is a fucking cool level of success. You're like her.
Oh yeah.
for sure. But I think what was great about her, she's like, I'm so into. Like in the beginning, she was so into. You watch that documentary?
I didn't
She
see
was
it.
so into it in the beginning. She's like doing the appearances and everything like that. The deal with the British royal family is the people pay for their lifestyles. So the people pay their taxes, allow these people to live like Disney characters.
Yeah.
It is a strange tradition.
But the payment for that is that they get to know everything about your life. Meaning, like, it's the ultimate reality show to them. They don't have the Kardashians; they have the royal family.
Right.
So these women in like Putney or whatever, these little places, what's Kate's cancer? What cancer does she have? And they're into it because that's their entertainment.
Yes.
And then Meghan Markle came in and goes, "What do you mean you want a picture of my kid?" And you go, "It's our kid.
Right.
We pay for this,
State's
all
kid.
of this shit, and you people belong to us."
Yeah.
And she had to know that. You can't not know that going in.
So Princess Di in a car crash was like, that's a ratings bonanza for them.
It was the season finale. That is the season finale
gold
of
for them.
ER. It's Juliana Margulies and Clooney. Will they, won't they?
Yeah, that's just like, hey, we eliminated a character. We had to write you off.
It's big. So, but that's the game over there. It's like they're obsessed with those people.
Obsessed.
Princess Beatrice. These people look like they got hit in the mouth with a golf club.
I know, but
None of them
It's
are
like
hot.
The Wire. You're like, who's that character again?
None of them are hot. It doesn't matter. They're just royals, and they're upset because that's. By the way, if you take away the royal family over there, what do you have? That's the question. Like, here's the thing about America: if you take away the president, if you take away the president in America, you can't. Even though, like, let's say the country would still kind of run. Jesus.
Come on, I'm eating here. Jesus Christ. Well, at least our celebrities are attractive.
But this
My
is
God.
what. But by the way, it's inbreeding. It's inbreeding.
Yeah, of
There's nothing
course.
wrong with it. It's
Look at
beautiful.
that. Look
God
at the
bless.
mug on that.
God
cunt.
bless.
That would be a toothy BJ right there. That's a tough one.
Yeah, there goes Big Ben. Holy hell.
I mean, it's the funniest thing I've ever heard. But-
Wow.
Pie oh my.
Somebody get a carrot.
It's like we're obsessed with the president. Everyone writes about the president. They're obsessed with these people.
Sure.
They love it. They
At least
want it.
Trump is saying crazy shit that you're like, hey, did you hear what Trump said? That was
Oh,
crazy.
the other thing about these people, they're so
that's-
boring.
They're boring.
They're incredibly boring until they start cheating on each other or killing each other.
Or
Well, the
going
only
Epstein.
interesting story is the one they won't talk about, which is Prince Andrew. You know.
Epstein
Prince Andrew,
Island.
they keep them nice and locked up.
Yeah.
Well, we watched The Crown. That was interesting.
That was a good show.
Good show.
First couple of seasons, at least, were pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's a
Lithgow was a good Churchill. That was-
Yeah,
it's
he's
great.
great.
It's a great
he was
show.
good.
But yeah, you're right. That is their reality show, and it's literal reality.
That's what it is.
And it's perfect because the Harry is the fuck up.
Yeah.
You know, he goes and marries the black chick. He moves away, and then the other guy went bald, but his wife is a class act.
It was like you were saying, it was like 90s racism, but they were holding on to that shit.
That's right. But it probably
Interesting.
wasn't even that bad. It was probably like very polite racism.
Well, did you hear what she said? The most racist thing she's ever heard?
What?
Someone in the family said, "Oh, he's so pink and you're light brown. I wonder what color the baby will be." And she was like, "This is the most racist thing I've ever heard."
Sure, I mean, listen, maybe it was the way they said it was indelicate, but it was probably not.
It's a
it was probably
minor
done with a
curiosity.
Proper accent, like, of
course.
What color do you think it will be?
It also sucks to be described as light pink.
These large.
That's kind of rough, too.
You're a bit duskier. What do you think's coming out of your love?
Well, Chris Rock had that great bit. He's like, that ain't racist. Black people do that to black people. Like, oh, I hope he's not too dark. You know, he did it better.
But I like her. I like her now. I think she's won me over. She's won me
Really?
over.
Wow. She's got the cupcake show now or whatever.
Well,
she
she's
does.
not only that, to me, the best thing in the world is somebody who goes, oh, you hate me? Good. You'll really hate this.
Yes.
Like
yes.
that, to me, I go, because by the way, it gives you nowhere to go.
She's a heel.
Yeah, there's nowhere to go now.
Right. Interesting.
How long do you think people are going to care about her?
she'll milk this for a few
Yeah,
years.
she'll keep working. If she
And then
keeps
she's going to have to throw him away, or he's going to have to throw her away, or they're going to have to go back to the UK. But I predict they're going back to the UK.
Oh, 100%.
They're going back.
Yeah, that'll be
I
the whole
predict
thing.
they're going back to the UK. It's going to be a whole thing.
Mhm.
It's season 3.
Yes.
It's season 3.
a lot of pearl clinching. The family's going to go, I never.
It's season 3. Charles is going to croak.
Yep.
He's going to come back right before the dad croaks. He's going to have a deathbed, make peace with his father. His father's going to go, I also dated blacks.
Yes. They were
And then
brown.
he's going to go,
I'm pissed.
and then they're going to be back, and the brothers are going to be reunited, and it's back. And then
Yes.
everybody in Britain's like, let's watch it.
Take that to the bank. And you know what? She's going to black it up. She's going to walk
gonna
in there with a
black it
boombox
up.
on her shoulder.
Maybe
Going,
80s black.
yes.
Purple sweatsuit,
Yeah.
box like this.
Breakdancing into the castle.
1,000%.
Good writing.
Gee, motherfucker.
In living color black.
Yeah. Gold teeth,
Yeah.
grill, big sneakers, shooting up the place. It's going to be great.
Dapping up Trump.
Grape drink.
Yeah.
You name it.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
I think you just sold season 5 of
That's it.
Royal Queefs.
If they're listening,
And
they're
then
like,
season
that's the move.
6.
That's the move.
Season 6 is it's all Indians, and it will just all be
Well,
whole England is Indian.
These fucking Indians are running this script room.
well, but a lot of Indians in England.
Yes.
Good Indian food.
Great curry over there.
Shish Mahal, a block from the Stand Comedy Club in Glasgow, Scotland. Maybe the
Oh, really?
best I've ever.
You got to hit us with some food recs because you are like you. By the way, you gave us a food rec in one place.
Was it good?
It was good, and you're one of the only people Veter will let even
Oh,
weigh.
Yeah.
You've earned his respect as a food. He's a snobby cunt.
Yeah.
And you've earned his respect.
Where
as
was it? Do you remember?
I forgot where. It was a seafood place somewhere, but
Interesting.
But it was
Chicago?
It did the no. I have a spot in Chicago. I go to Shaw's Crab House in Chicago. That's
Okay.
my go-to there.
Yeah.
But just Stefano and I got fucking lit up last time we were there, and ended up he books us on a boat. We had like 5 martinis each, and he's like, we have one of his kids with him and his girlfriend, and he's like, I got us a boat tour, and I'm like, that'll be nice. We'll get hammered. We'll talk. It's with a guide, so we just have to sit there quietly as a guide's like, and here's this, and we're just like. Cool.
Oh,
You can tell them to shut up. Though. You can go, here's a bunch of money. We don't care.
that's true. Push him over like Robert Wagner.
But no, you've earned. Give us some food spots. New York, L.A. Where should we go?
Oh, I don't know anymore.
Texas?
Got to be a steakhouse.
Texas, there's a great place in an alley. There's a junkie who's got really good. But this is the type of fentanyl where you're not dead. It's just you get real warm inside. No, I don't really know. I've kind of retired from giving recs because then I'll go to a place and I'll be like, I'll be unhappy with it, and you got to figure it out on your own. I don't want to give people any advertising. These people do it fine.
Fair enough.
I think Italians. There are too many Italians on social media. I think people waiting 4 months to eat spicy rigatoni is stupid. I think this glorification of chicken parmesan is retarded. I think
I agree.
This for guys who grew up in New York, like it's a little embarrassing. I'm a little embarrassed for all these people. But I get it. If you come here from Ohio, you think it's a big deal to eat like spicy rigatoni. It's like my friend's mother will make you spicy rigatoni. You know what I mean? She'll tell you the earth is flat and defend January 6th.
But that's part of the dish.
But the food is good. Like,
Part of the
I don't know,
flavor.
the food direction the city's going, and I actually don't like.
Oh,
I don't like
interesting.
restaurants like the corner store where they're like, hey, what about Totino's pizza rolls, except they're $70 because we've got, I hate all this shit.
I hate
It's
that.
all nightclubs. It's all gross. I remember when you used to eat in a restaurant and it was like you dress in a suit and the chef was from France and he hated you, but he made great food and everybody
I love that you're like dressed in a suit. You look like you're Sandler right now going to a
because I'm
pickup
not
game.
being pressured to act a certain way.
Right.
We had lunch at Luger's. It was
Just
horrible.
now?
Horrible.
It was bad?
I never loved. I thought it was like
No,
Luger's
don't
was
overrated.
fuck. By the
not
way,
good.
he's my buddy there.
Oh, I love Luger's. Yeah, bodega
I like
cat.
Luger's too, but I'll tell you right now that
Yeah.
the steak we had, it's not where it was.
Okay.
Interesting.
It is not where it was. Dude.
That was like our childhood. That was like
I know. I loved it.
That
There's
was-
one on
yeah, I
Long
love
Island, but it's
Luger's.
just not where it was.
I had it recently. It was good. Do you ever go to Strip House?
Your Strip House is good.
That's a good
There's a
steak.
bunch
Strip
ones
House.
that are good.
They have our whiskey too there, so we love
Don
that
Angie
shit.
is really good in the village.
Don Angie's very good.
Don Angie's
That
great in the
lasagna?
village. Don Angie's great.
Where's that?
It's in it's by the cellar.
It's like
down
it's near 6th Avenue.
Sixth Avenue.
Oh, wow, shit. I've never
Don
been there.
Angie's good. Don Angie's killing
What do
it.
you know about this Red Hook burger?
It's the best.
I'm
I'm
dying
friends
to
with the
try
guy who owns it.
Better-
Best
better-
burger in the
better
city.
than,
Meet Schultz and Bethany Frankel had it. He has a place called Sag Harbor
Bethany
Tavern.
Frankel ate.
Yeah, she eats all the time. You know, you can eat.
Dying to go. Pull that up, Sally.
How do you feel
Hook
about
Burger.
like Fort Charles or Minetta burgers?
Tavern.
Fine.
Just fine. Oh, I love the Minetta burger.
I gotta
The
get
Minetta burger is great. It's a burger with sautéed onions on a bun.
Yeah.
I'll come for you. I'll do it in my apartment for you.
All right.
It's good. It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's not bad. Their chocolate souffle was great. It used to be.
Burger's on a wait list. You got to wait 9 years to get this.
This
burger.
guy has created the best burger in the world. He
Wow.
knows all
All
about
right,
Texas
should we do an ep
barbecue.
there?
We got to go there.
do
He's
it.
great. It's the legendary Sag Harbor Tavern is easier to get into in out east in the Hamptons.
Wow.
You guys should come out one day. We'll all go.
I'd love to.
Do an episode from there, hang out, swim in the pool, do whatever. But he kills it, this guy. I love this
What's
guy.
so great about it? What's the difference? It looks like
The
a
burger
cheeseburger.
sits on an onion.
Okay.
So the juice from the burger cooks the onion, but it doesn't make the bun soggy.
Whoa. It's science.
I
It's
like stuff like
science.
that, yeah.
Oh,
science.
man.
I've heard whenever you see
It
like
sits on a raw onion.
Yeah.
He puts the burger on a raw onion, but the onion itself starts to get cooked by the burger. So it's like a half-cooked onion.
Interesting.
And the bun doesn't get all fucked up.
Look
And
at
then
it.
the cheese is
meat.
perfect. And then, I got to be honest, I love ketchup. I don't even use ketchup with it.
Damn.
It's the best thing I've ever had in my life. It's one of the best things I've ever had in my
Wow.
life.
This is a big endorse.
we should figure it out.
We got to go.
He deserves it. He's a good person. He's a great guy. And, you know, he's created a thing that's really made our city better.
This is way better than the cronut.
People, I'm just running for city council. Like, we want you to talk about education.
Boy, Mayor Adams, is he out?
Oh, by the way, I knew it'd come out of him. He was like, I don't want to give any an advertisement.
Yeah,
Then-
but now, no, this
I had
is
to bring it up.
because you know what it is? I'll do something and then I'll be like, oh, then I'll go. I did it recently. I told someone, I said something, oh, that place is great. Then I went and they go, oh, it sucks.
Oh,
This is the best burger in the city.
okay. That's
The best
a big-
burger in the United States of America right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's go the other way. Do you guys have any peeves? Anything's pissing you off
I got
lately?
a ton of peeves.
Pull him up.
Yeah.
Hold on, I wrote some down.
Just
I'll
something that
let
bugs
me give you a couple peeves. Peeve. I wrote some down so I don't forget.
I had one today that just annoyed me. It's not really a peeve, but it was a specific thing. I'm trying to garden.
Yeah.
I got a bunch
Really?
of I went to a plant nursery.
That's nice.
Well, in my neighborhood is getting a little high end, so they're all looking
Right.
at my house like, "Hey, you're the white trash douche on the block. Like, you got to step it up."
Right.
And it's all these like rich parents and shit. So I went to the nursery. I picked out a bunch of shit. It cost me $8 million. I lugged it all back to the house, and I'm in the dirt with a fucking
Right.
spoon trying to put some plants in.
Right.
And this old guy walks by and he goes, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm trying to spruce up the front lawn area." And he's like, "You're doing it all wrong. You got a crack in your sidewalk. You got to change that. There's graffiti on your wall." And I'm like, "All right, old man. Like, I'm on my knees here. I'm trying."
Is that his way of trying to help, or is he just annoying?
I think he's just a dick. He's just like mansplaining me about how to garden and how my house sucks. And he's like, "You got to step it up." And I'm like, "I don't even know
I
you."
kind of like that he attacked you.
Like, well, how about a
Because
hello?
you were vulnerable. You're putting bulbs in.
Yes.
And then an old guy comes and just goes at you.
I mean, it was bad. I was on my hands and knees with an apron on. My
Yeah.
my
I
underwear. was
can't believe
coming
you're
out.
gardening. You're like, that's like real dad shit.
I know, but
You're
dad.
becoming that like
You're going to
Gaffigan
plant like
garden.
herbs.
Yeah, I'll do it all.
That's good. You get an herb.
No, it's very nice.
an herb
I have
or
it on
two?
like I have a terrace. I have it stuff.
Oh,
there,
you
but-
do?
Yeah, but I'm on the road. And I always come back to it. I'm like, I don't give a shit. It's all dead when I come back.
That's gonna happen with me and the
I
kid.
forget.
You guys know Tracy
Morgan.
Carnazzo. So she
Oh.
planted fruit in out east in my house out east, and then the bugs went crazy, and then
They ate
there's
it.
just bugs all over the place in the back. So don't do fruit
Okay.
because they'll go nuts. The bugs.
All right. Good to know.
I got a good peeve. People who put in the seltzer thing the wrong way.
the seltzer thing.
You know the seltzer cans, you put them in vertically instead of horizontally, or horizontally
In the
instead
fridge?
of vertically. You open it, they fucking come out.
Right.
This is a bad. I have two bad
in
peeves.
the crisper.
People stack them like this rather than stack them.
Oh, I got you.
These are both bad ones. I'm
I-
sorry,
I-
guys.
No, I get
I
that.
get it.
I get that. They
That's,
roll out.
I've only bad ones
You
today.
get the avalanche.
We haven't done
Yes.
peeves in a while.
Yeah.
I wasn't prepared.
No.
I fucked up.
I don't mind the seltzer.
I'm a
one.
cunt. Let me grunt to get out of this to pretend I'm. Yeah.
Yeah. What else is a peeve? I had a couple.
I had a couple. I have
should have
nothing good.
written them
God
down.
damn it! I don't even know I wrote these down. These aren't even good.
Well, they hit
Here's
you
a
in the moment.
peeve,
You
and
get mad.
everyone's probably had it. If the restaurant's completely empty and they go, "Do you have a reservation?" I get angry at that because you go, "Why?" You know what I mean? Like, why are you asking me if I had a reservation? Because your restaurant's empty. But my friend told me.
Oh yeah.
My friend told me he worked at a restaurant. They actually just want to cross your name off.
Yeah.
If you have a reservation. But I'm like, well,
That's
it's an
a good
annoying thing.
It is annoying.
I learned the hard way because they go, well, you got a 20-minute wait, and you're like, well, that table's open there, and they're like, yeah, asshole, there's not enough servers.
I don't like that everything's key fobs now in the buildings to get anywhere.
Ah.
Everything key fob here, key fob there. There's a level of security that I think is a little unnecessary.
You like a key.
Well, it's not only that. It's like if it's a doorman building, like, are there people running in with knives trying to kill him? Like, was he going to not notice?
That's true.
Like, there's just something weird about, like, I don't know, the level of security that everything is.
Yeah, that's annoying. I will say, when you ever check in a hotel and they give you a hard metal key,
I do
and
hate
you're like,
that.
Oh, I hate
this
that.
is a bad
I hate that.
hotel.
I hate that.
And they think it's kitschy.
Although I'll tell you, the worst one is when you check in and they give you, you're in a huge hotel for some reason, and the card keeps fucking not working.
I always get, by the way, they hate me. I get a new card every time I walk in. I go, I know it's not going to work. I go, it's been next to
I've done that.
It's next to a credit card in my wallet. I go, I just redo it.
Yeah.
Because I go, I'm going to get there, and then it's not going to work.
Exactly.
Because I hate the walk. The walk back is annoying.
We have all this. We have retina scan. We can't get a card to work. Like, what are we doing here? It's a fucking Hilton.
Oh, speaking of hotels, no hand lotion in your room.
Oh, you want to jerk it?
Yes. Like, you're going to make me go down to the front desk and
That's
be
a
like, I need to
very
jerk off?
creepy peeve, but I appreciate it. It's a very creepy.
Yeah, I mean, he looks the part for it. Though.
He's like,
come on.
He goes, no hand lotion in the room.
And there's no kiddie porn options on the TV. You know what another problem was with the hotel, and I'm not the first guy to say this, but there's no plunger. Sometimes
No
you're on a hot date with a gal, and you just shit up the toilet, it won't flush, and you're like, I gotta get on my hands and knees.
I was going to go one further. I want a toilet brush. I'm on the road. I might have traveler's diarrhea.
Okay, well, that's ridiculous. That's complete. You want to get on your hands and knees like a maid? I mean, give yourself a value. What,
Yeah,
are you crazy?
that's some
I might want to scrape my own diarrhea off the inside of the fucking toilet. I like that job well done.
You're not living there.
You're going to leave yourself a tip.
Just leave. Leave.
This segment has not been my strong suit. I apologize.
Toilet brush.
Flee.
I'll get you a toilet brush for Christmas. That's your gift.
All right, well, watch Tim's new special
Yes,
on Netflix.
yes.
We love him.
I'm
It's called I'm Your Mother. It's all Indians on Netflix. That's what it's called.
Great.
Woo! Hey, is that John Daly?
That's a shot.
Is that
there.
the Ice House?
There's
Where
no
are you?
dates. I have no dates on sale. No material. There's no dates on sale.
Well, don't you hate that? You put out a special and people go, "We loved it. We want to come see you," and you're like, "I'm out of material."
I have nothing. Yeah, I will get it. This is I'm doing Spanish. There's me doing comedy in Spanish. Tim Dillon shock Spanish speaker. Who runs this site, by the way?
Go to follow
Ever
Tim
look at
on
your
Punch Up.
What are you, Hilaria Baldwin? What's with the Spanish? How you talked to Baldwin, by the way?
He's great.
I love
another one. He's
I
a
see him
great
all the
man.
time in my coffee
He's
shop.
a great man.
I'm a fan. He looks a little on edge. I think the wife is really running him ragged, but
He's got a lot of kids.
lot of
We got
kids,
Phoenix.
too. And he shot a lady.
Start here. San Francisco at the Masonic. Portland. I added a late show on Monday, so please come out. Seattle, Vancouver, Boise, Denver, and then we just added Red Bank,
Red Bank's
Boston, Irvine, OKC. Yeah, work back up. Vegas at the Venetian. Is that the Venetian? I think, right? What
It
does it
says
say?
Piazza Theater at the Venetian Resort.
Okay, cool. Rochester, I like that club a lot. And then we got Chicago Theater. That's a big one. Chicago, October 4th. Going back to Salt Lake again to just get some reps in. And then we got Carnegie Hall, December 4th. Please come out. That's a big
My
deal
hot
for a
take,
New Yorker.
Chicago Theater, and people might disagree. I think maybe best comedy venue in the country.
I
That's
don't
a
even
great
think that's a
room.
hot take.
It's
great room.
great.
Because it's big, but it feels intimate.
And
Yeah.
it feels like a road gig, but it's it's the best version of the road because you're in a great city.
I love Chicago.
That's a couple hour flight away. It's great food, great walking, great chilling, and then
Yeah.
a great show.
It
And the
is.
crowds, I think, are some of the most amazing.
Because it's
Love
like
'em.
you get that city vibe, but Midwest. Like Midwest is
Yeah.
really good.
It's
Oh,
the best.
Dude,
best.
I just performed for the first time ever in Des Moines, Iowa. It was one of my
Des Moines
favorite shows.
killer.
They were
Killer,
fucking
dude.
amazing.
Midwest is great.
Midwest
Yeah.
is, and also
And the
goddamn,
Masonics is one of the best venues.
I've never done
It's
it actually,
amazing.
so I'm fired up, dude.
It's amazing. Don't go outside; they'll kill you.
Don't kill me, but
It is
get a little soda
best
mori.
Chinese food in the world.
Yang Sing.
Or any of them. I don't know him, but they're all good.
Yeah, I love SF, dude. But yeah, I'm fired up, man.
Oh,
There we go.
Oh, that hurt.
That was a weak one.
Yeah, that was weak. Sorry.
so these are Mark's dates. May 7th in Reykjavik.
Hey, I'm going to full UK, Reykjavik, Glasgow. I'll go to that pizza joint you mentioned. United Kingdom, London, Belfast, Birmingham, Bristol, and then back into upstate New York to get my ass kicked in Rochester at the Kodak Center, Port Chester, Albany, Burlington, Wisconsin, Massachusetts, San Jose, Ben Salem. I'll see you at the fucking Foxwoods. And then off to Australia. So a lot of dates. The baby's dead. We're getting back on the road, and we got to make some money.
Also, Page to Stage.
Check out Page to Stage, folks. Episode 2 out now on Punch Up. And we got Seinfeld in it, Jon Stewart, Gaffigan, Bruce Springsteen. It's a hot ep.
Amazing.
And
yeah.
Sam.
Oh, hell yeah.
Get Bodega Cat.
Yeah, bodegacatwhiskey.com, dude. We're popping up everywhere. The new article in the wine is Wine Enthusiast.
Yes.
That was really cool. Yeah,
Very
check
nice.
that article out. Really cool. And
We're in all the restaurants Tim hates. So check it out. Get a bottle, get a glass, get a cocktail.
And yeah, Tim, you're the best. We love you, man.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Timbo.
Sunday's the day for my next bender. A bit of Eva wrecking